Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It is time for Friday night on the Homestead, and tonight's topic: why growing what you eat is so important. How's everybody doing out there? Let me go over here, and more people rolling in, so let me go over to the thing here and put it all up here. All right, so Walt Rogers was first. Shady Hill Homestead was second. Troop 1351. Then Mother Earth Garden Club, Chef Tech, Magic Acres, Wayne Hunter, Geeky Gardens, Kalen Strain. It's the Marshmallow Man, and he's been a member for 18 months. And Angel's Homestead is here. And I tried something different to deal with the ads. Has anybody, I've seen a bunch of times, several have said no ads. Has anybody had an ad yet? I want to find out if my idea worked. Diana too, how's it going? Oh, nope, no ad. Okay. All right. What I did is I played the reverse card and did reverse psychology, and I went into it, and it had you can choose all the different levels of ads and stuff. I maxed it. I said maximum aggressive ads. Reverse psychology. I'm no ads. So hopefully that works. All righty. Yeah, I sent out links to several people, and one is just in the chat. Hasn't come up here yet, but let me get hydrated, and I will post the link. And Tammy Harder's here. All right, where we go. Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay, so why is it so important that that you grow what you eat? Why is it so important? And actually, I don't have any slides for it because I figured we'd all talk about it and everybody would share their opinions of it. I will freeze. I'll throw it out here first. And I think we've all seen it. All the stuff coming out, especially with what's going on now with Secretary Kennedy's what he's doing and stuff. And the good news on this, there was a reel out saying that they were pulling. Let's see if I can bring it up here real quick for you guys. About the food coloring. It's like getting in here. Holy moly! What the crap? I'm sorry. I had a squirrel moment. Hey, Lewis. Everybody knows what the Jeeps were after World War II. Jeeps are being used for mail service. I wanted to find this reel just now, and it's the new Jeep Gladiator mail truck. Oh, wow. Yep, good reason why you know what's in your food. Yep. Let me see if I can find this thing real quick here. Come on. I'll pull this up here. Okay. All right, I'm going to drop a link here in for everybody to go look at later on. It's on Facebook. I don't think you have to have a Facebook. You can just go in and look at it and everything. But I'm going to try. Let me see if I can get the sound to go on it here for you guys, so you guys can hear what they're saying. Share screen. Yeah, yeah. Turn on the sound. Share. Okay, so Health and Human Services and FDA announcement.
Which has many good people, has asked for clarity. So today the FDA is taking the following steps. Number one, establishing a national standard and timeline for the food industry to transition from petroleum-based food dyes to natural alternatives. Number two, initiating a process to revoke authorization of synthetic food colorings, including those not in production, namely citrus red number 2 and orange B, within the coming weeks. Number three, taking steps to eliminate the remaining 6 synthetic dyes on the market from the U.S. food supply, specifically red dye number 40, yellow dye number 5, yellow dye number 6, blue dye number 1, blue dye number 2, and green dye number 3 by the end of next year. These steps that we are taking means that the FDA is effectively removing all petroleum-based food dyes from the U.S. food supply.
All right, there we go. Oh, we got, now they're putting in the ads. Okay, so Diana 2 got an ad for an AI bike, and Angel's Homestead got malware bites ads. Okay. Well, I tried to eliminate it. Say, well, at least we, I don't know. Anyways, so what do you guys think of that? So the FDA is removing all petroleum-based food dyes from the food chain. In my opinion, it's, about time, about 50 years too late. But yeah, should have been removed a long time ago. So why is it so important that we, or why is it growing what we eat is so important? Why is it that we, it's important that we grow what we eat? Because we can't trust the food industry. Soon as a different party gets into the office, I bet they go and change all that back and allow all the poisonous food dyes that are basically petroleum products back into the food system. What do you want to bet? You're right. They need to move faster. From everything I read, it's anything that is petroleum based, any food coloring. But they named some out. But the things, the directive is supposed to be any petroleum based food coloring or mixture thereof. They in that thing there, they talked about some mixture ones on it as well. So,
what is petroleum based?
Basically, they take use petroleum products to produce the food dye, whereas they could be using like beet juice to get a color, or they can use carrot juice to get a color, or they can use any other tomato juice to get a color, and they can even use
okay, so it's like fructose. It's like fructose to sugar, glucose to sugar.
No,
and preserving.
No. Those are not food colorings.
I understand that, but it's it's sugar, right? It's glucose or fructose.
No, it's not sugar.
What did I miss? What's the question?
The thing is,
instead of it being like, I understand like petroleum.
Yeah, but instead of being petroleum-based food coloring, they got to use natural vegetable or animal food colorings.
Yeah, like blueberries for purple and blue and different blues. They can mix that with carotene
Great and different colored grapes to get different colors and stuff.
Sugars are just sugars. All your sucrose, glucose, and lactose are that's refined, separated sugars.
That's something totally different, though.
Yeah, that's not a coloring. I mean, using cane sugar versus sugar beet sugar, that's a whole nother story.
And that's something else too. It's totally different here. Hey, Tibor, how's it going? So what the FDA is doing under the direction of Kennedy and Health and Human Services is starting to eliminate a lot of this crap. But it's not going to. They're still going to have all these generally recognized as safe additives that are not food coloring yet, that they're going to have to say, no, those aren't generally recognized as safe.
Yeah, well, we generally recognize as safe because we manufactured it, therefore it must be safe. That's what they're doing.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But Kennedy wants to say, no, we do not recognize it as safe. The government does not recognize it as safe. Therefore, you got to do testing on it to prove it is safe.
Yeah, no,
that's coming down the pike too.
FDA has to do the testing on it. A real FDA, not like, oh yeah, here's $5,000. Can you just pass this? Yeah, sure. Here you go. Here's your color. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. And you're one just get all the ingredients from Europe because they don't use any of the fake crap over there.
Yeah, I mean, Canada, the Fruit Loop cereal in Canada has a quarter of the ingredients of the Fruit Loop cereal in the United States.
Yep.
Yet it's made in the United States, but it's shipped across to Canada.
Right, because they won't allow anything up there or in Europe that has all this other crap in it, so they have to make it differently. Or maybe they put the stuff in there and ship it anyway and just tell them it has less. You never know.
No, the thing is, when you compare them, there's a difference in the colors. It's not so eye-blindingly bright red, bright colors
red,
that blind
yellow,
you.
Purple, green, blue. Oh, look at that! Look at these marshmallows in the in the whatever. Yeah, that other.
And here's the thing. And the reason excuse that they gave in a BS press conference. Well, American kids don't like the dull colors.
No, they got them hooked on the bright colors because that's what they think they want, and therefore we can add chemicals to it. And don't worry about it. Yeah. We have our money comes from the healthcare system. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, not healthcare. It's keep you unhealthy care.
Warning. For Brookdale and not far from the state line. I'm not sure what Tibor's talking about there. I'm not sure what that is. Uh-oh.
Got a commercial on my phone for your
Yeah. So, but one of the reasons I think it's
a free plant scanner app. So you can scan your plant and it can tell you add ice, add water, add this. It's a freaking app. Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't know.
So anyways, why it's so important for us to grow what we eat is, A, if we grow it ourselves, it's healthier. B, it's probably cheaper than buying it in the store. C, you know what you're putting on it.
Ooh, that reminds me. I just saw who just put that on their T-board. No, Diane too. I need to contact my own company and see if one of our products removes a peel. That will throw them for a loop.
Yeah.
And I can get a whole bunch of information on that if that's the case. If they say, no, it doesn't come off. Really? Okay. That's all I need to know. Thank you. Customer won't use our product because it doesn't, and they won't buy the fruit and vegetables with a peel on it now.
Yeah. I wish
I can tell you it's cheaper. I can tell you it's cheaper to grow. I can tell you it's cheaper to grow than it is to buy at the grocery mall because I get potato starts, and last year I maybe spent like $40 or $50 on potato starts, and I got like 70 or 80 pounds worth of potatoes.
Yep. And they're your potatoes in your soil without the garbage.
And CD
also,
Hugo Homestead is over on Facebook.
All
Hey,
right.
CD. All right. So one of the things on this as well, so what's going in it. It's cheaper. Here's what ridiculously much cheaper it is. I can grow lettuce here just by sneezing at the ground.
Yeah.
So long as I keep water on it, it'll grow. And to buy a head of lettuce in the store, it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, $1.40, $1.59 for a head of iceberg, which is garbage.
Yeah.
Or if you buy the romaine, it's even more than that, or something that's a little greener.
Yeah.
It has a little more health benefits.
No, he's trying to come in. I see it. There he is. He's back. Yeah,
and it doesn't go bad that quick, or it does go bad really quick. Depends on who shipped it, when they picked it, and what they sprayed all over it for it to make the transport.
Yeah. Now talk about tomatoes. Growing tomatoes. I grow way more tomatoes than what we use every year, as far as fresh tomatoes, using fresh tomatoes. The grandkids eat a lot more tomatoes than what they would normally eat if the staff sergeant and I and their parents over there were buying the tomatoes for them.
Right. They
eat way more over here at Grandpa's.
That's because they can see it, go pick it, cut it up, and eat it, and have
no. They go, Grandpa, can you pick that one for me?
Yeah, well,
Grandpa picks it. Grandpa washes it. Grandpa cuts it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because hey, the oldest one is what? Eli isn't too much into it. Let me look at the age. So Aiden is going to be 9. Aiden's going to be 9 in October. So he's 8 right now. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not giving Aiden a knife to way I ain't giving a knife, man. Sorry, nope.
And he's gone. That damn Canadian internet.
Yeah. Hey, maybe you ought to get the American Starlink from Elon.
I don't know.
It's in multiple countries.
It's kind of pricey. I mean, it is like $100 and some odd a month.
Yeah. So I mean, like in the tomatoes, like this year, I'm planting probably 3 or 4 times as many tomatoes as I've ever planted before.
Yeah, because you can. I mean, because you will be canning them.
Yeah. And
like I did last year with 900 or more pounds of tomatoes. I'm done this year.
Yeah. And also this year I'm growing different types of peppers as well, because my wife told me lately when she's been buying the diced tomatoes there in California, she's been getting the ones with I forget what that pepper it has some pepper in it, to make it a more of a zesty, diced tomatoes.
Sure, salsa.
Not quite salsa. It's just it's just diced tomatoes, and it's got a little bit of zest to it. And when she adds it to the stuff she normally does, just instead of having put some extra stuff in it, it's already got a little flavor in it, and it's
So take some of your peppers, whatever you're growing, poblanos or just greens or whatever, and throw them on the grill and brown them and roast them. Get that roasty flavor in there. Throw them in a paper bag, let them cool down, peel the skins off, chop them up, and throw that in your sauce. And now you got roasted pepper tomato sauce, like Rotel or whatever.
Okay, so now since I nobody got ads at the beginning like they normally do, and then now they're getting a whole bunch of ads just came through.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
So do you remember
the AI heard me give it? The AI heard me give up the secret and go, "Oh, we can't have them doing that."
Yeah. Do you remember last year I told you I planted so many peppers and tomatoes? A lot of them never made it to the garden, and they lived in those little itty bitty pots for like 6 months. Yeah. Well, I had a couple pepper plants. Well, 2 of them went upstairs. They died because they dried out too quick. I put one poblano pepper plant. It was about 20 inches tall, lanky as hell. I put it in looks like a 4-gallon pot, and we left it downstairs. My wife watered it all winter. And it had like one pepper that kind of shriveled up on it because there was not much sunlight. It's now out on the deck. It's about 42 inches tall. And I started growing at February of 24. So this pepper, I mean, I got to figure out how to, I know I got to trim it down so it stops growing straight up and starts going out. And I'll be doing that here shortly. But yeah, one poblano pepper plant, this thing will be huge. And I will leave it in a pot and I will bring it back in because pepper plants, you can keep them inside. You can bring them inside. They will just keep growing.
Mm-hmm. I saw a video on someone doing that. A guy was showing how to do it. He goes out there, he digs around it, put it like in a 5-gallon bucket. Yep. Trims the roots back a little bit, put some fresh soil on the bottom, sets it down in it. And he cut it. I forgot how he cut it down pretty low.
Yeah, I never cut mine. I got to cut it. It'll come back. I know it will.
And he says, hey, he brought it in the spring. He went out, planted, and poof.
Yep. Because it's got tons of energy in the root system and that, and not enough stem. So it's like, oh, look at that! I got sunlight again. Let's go. Yeah.
So I mean, and one of the reasons I think it's so important that you grow what you eat is so you can learn the mistakes of Mother Nature and the mistakes of yourself. And you find out, all right, this plant grows good in my climate. This one does not. So I'm going to get this type of pepper plant and this type of tomato and this type of cucumber because they grow good where I'm at. And so you learn to know what grows good in your area now. And even though we are in a bit of a crunch at the grocery store, if things go totally upside down crazy and we hit we skate right on past what everybody's calling, oh, it's a personal SHT, we go straight into a Milwaukee and it's the end of the world as we know it, and things are totally crazy. You know how to grow the plants already. You have a good idea of what you can and can't grow. And if you're experimenting and you're rotating crops, it's like, okay, time to take out the entire backyard and turn it into a garden. Time to take half the basement and do it. Or if you're in an apartment, time to get a bunk bed for the apartment. And I'll sleep on the upper bunk, and I'll put the lower bunk will have have pots and stuff on it with the grow lights under there. So there's there are ways to grow stuff. Kaylin, did you catch that? Get a bunk bed, and one of the ones you can adjust the height of the upper bunk and make it so you sleep up there and you grow stuff with grow lights underneath. grow more food in your apartment if you can. Yeah, exactly. Plus, you can save seeds. They become acclimatized to your area, and keep going and going and going. I mean, the first year of the Grand Rapids lettuce I got, the first half of the year was kind of Then it started growing really good, and then we had a real hot September, and it bolted, and I saved a bunch of the seeds. Next year, they grew faster than it did the first year. And I got just.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a Chevy truck commercial on the phone right now. Yay!
Oh, a GMC truck, Garage Mechanics Companion.
The new Chevrolet specials from my local dealership. So yeah, they geolocate you where you're at and send you local ads.
Yeah. But and with things, if you start growing the seeds, you get the good varieties, and you start harvesting seeds. One of the things I did, did I just freeze there for a second? I saw a flicker there. I wasn't sure if I was frozen for a second. One of the things I did this last week. Planted about 200 sunflower seeds out front that I harvested. Unfortunately, these are the ones I harvested though from California, and so we'll see. It may take a second season for them to get acclimatized up here. But also on the west end of the house, where I put about a foot thick of the wood chips out there, I discovered that the pumpkins I thought had rotted that were still on the vines when we got the early snow on it. And I went out there and picked it up, and the bottom half fell apart. And here's all these they look like they're perfectly preserved seeds. So, and there's all the gunk was off inside. So I probably dumped about 300 or 400 of those on the end of in that area on the end of the house there, around over there, and hosed it down a little bit, turned it in, and then it rained on them, so they should be watered good. And hopefully some of those will come up, which will give those another. This will be the second year they've grown here. But and I also have a bunch out front where I had the zucchini. I was doing when I rototilled that in amongst the weeds that I didn't know that the weeds sprouted up, because I couldn't get out there because it rained and it'd be muddy out there, and I couldn't get out there to do it. Sun started to come out, start to get out there. I sprayed a little bit to kill off the star thistle, some of the other stuff. Sprayed it with vinegar, which also helps the soil. Anyway, so I got out there, and finally it was dry enough for me to get out there. I'm just going to rototill everything. So I rototilled about 8 passes on top of the area, this way, that way. And one of the passes, I saw a dried zucchini, also seeds going everywhere. So I may have golden zucchini coming up there as well, besides what I just planted, the 6 I planted in the backyard. And Lewis just gifted 10 memberships. And let's see who got those memberships. Shady Hill Homestead got one. Tennessee Tactical one. Gray Man Prepping got one. Serena Noel got one. Sandra Volmar got one. UK Urban Prepper got one. King Poopaw, John Walt, Princess Buttercup Preps got one. And Good Times Homestead with Gene and Steve got one. And hang on, let me check one thing, see if it worked. Because I know normally I don't get an email on those. Yep, I just got the email that Gray Man Prepping received a channel membership gift. So everybody there just got an email from YouTube saying they got a gift. So we'll see if everybody else pops up in here.
Hey, it says Gray Man Prepping got a gift.
Yeah.
Did you read them off? I can read them off if you did. You read them off already?
Yeah, I just read them all off.
Okay, sorry, my wife was talking and I kind of muted you out there.
Wait a minute, I thought it was the other way around.
No, I had to mute you so I could hear her, because if I say what, she gets angry. Yeah, don't go there.
All right. No. I'm going to go there a different way from what you're thinking. There is the general thing of men don't listen to what women say, can't hear what they say, blah, 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 blah. I saw the funniest reel video from this couple. They put out a bunch of stuff, and they're picking on each other all the time. And then the one they showed the boo-boo on it, where they were picking on each other and they couldn't stand. They just started laughing. They're hugging and laughing because they couldn't go through the video. So they just posted their boo-boo video. Anyways, he's sitting there at the table, and she goes in, why is there a $600 charge for Home Depot? And he just ignores her. And he goes, and she pokes him, huh? He goes, why is there a $600? And he goes, I can't hear you. I don't know why I can't hear you. Maybe there's something wrong with this chair. He gets up. You try it. You try it. She sits down, and he goes, why are there $700 worth of orders from Amazon? And she goes, you're right. I can't hear it. You can't hear a thing in this chair.
Yeah. Ow, must be the chair.
It must be the chair.
And I actually pulled this up for my wife. She didn't like it when I did it. It is a proven fact that the frequency of a woman's voice is the male ears can't always hear it. It doesn't come through clear, and it's a frequency thing. And I showed her that. She's like, that's a bunch of crap. I was like, here, you read the study. It was on PubMed or something. I was like, you read the study. And she's like, well, that's bullshit. I'm like, whatever, honey, it's true. And the worst part is, most women do this to men, and I'll just go down this road right now. They say, hey, honey, can you do the blah, 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 blah? And then you say, what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What, honey? They walk away, talk lower, and aim the other direction. All of them. Every one of them. They walk away, their volume decreases, and now their voice is traveling into the hallway, not towards you anymore. It's like, seriously? You're better off not answering.
If I say what, all of a sudden it goes up in volume. It's like,
no,
okay,
mine doesn't. It goes the other way.
It's like, she was a drill sergeant.
No. When my wife says something I don't hear, I'm just like, hold on a second. Let me come to you because I didn't catch it all. I try to be, politically correct. I didn't catch everything you said. Wait, don't say anymore. Let me get closer so I can hear you because my hearing is crap.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we both know each of our hearing is crap. Her hearing was almost crap before she went in the Army, and it was crap when she came out. So Tammy Hunter says there's an app you can get on your phone to decipher to use UPC codes on fruits and vegetables and learn all about what's on them, supposedly. Cool. All right, let's scrolling down here. Let's look on in. Good. And Sumi's in the house. Hey, Sumi. All right. Yeah. So my thing is on this, and I was hoping that Tammy McNeil was feeling better, and she'd come up, and maybe Courtney would come over. But I realize what Courtney's doing right now. They should be getting home from going out to eat for Courtney's birthday today.
Ooh.
Yes. They went to. She said where they were going to. They were going to a place where I just lost. Oh, Fred, her son who has autism, likes the pizza there. So they're going there tonight. Tomorrow night, Fred's going to be with Grandma, and then Dustin and Corky are going to go out special.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And it's like
lots of stuff, apparently.
A lot of stuff now.
And they're not even putting stickers on it anymore.
Yeah. And then, of course, these stupid left-wing universities are science departments that, let's see if we can put vaccines, whatever it is, into food. And they got it in lettuce, and they got it in something else now. And it's, it's like, okay, not going to be buying stuff, not going to buy any food from the store here as soon as we can grow enough. Oh, man. Never saw any stickers up here.
A couple places they were putting other stickers over the appeal sticker.
Yeah, I saw that too. And
it keeps fruit and vegetables fresh for much longer. It's like, yeah, what's in it? And they won't tell you. You can't pull up the SDS sheet for appeal. It's just not there.
Yeah. Good. Wrong one. There it is. So ewg.org is a good resource on finding that stuff out, I guess. Yeah, it's going into most of pork, which is also grown by Smithfields. So it's in most of pork. Has been for a couple of years. Some of the freelance pork guys are putting out ads like that on YouTube and on Facebook and stuff on videos about it. Saying support your local farmer. So yeah, check with your local farmer, see if they're giving any vaccines to the animals and what vaccines, and then find out what's in those vaccines, and then tell the farmer, hey, why are you giving it? This is But yeah.
They'll probably tell you they have to because it's mandated by the FDA, or they can't sell their meat to the public or some crap.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, the federal government's legal definition of a mandate is voluntary compliance.
Mm-hmm. But if you don't voluntarily comply, we just can't let you put your meat on the store shelves.
Yeah. Hopefully, Secretary Kennedy slaps the brakes on that stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, it doesn't drag out for 3.5 years. Yeah. Contaminated. Wait, it's spam. I was never. I think what killed my spam, I never really liked it because when I was growing up, we had little money. My mom would dice up spam and throw it in the Kraft macaroni and cheese. And I ate the spam, but I didn't like it with the cheese sauce. So I would wipe the cheese off on the side of my plate and eat the spam. And then, of course, I'd eat the cheese sauce with the macaroni, which my mom would just sit there and shake her head going, why? It's all going to the same place. It doesn't matter. I'm like, I don't like cheese on my spam, whatever.
Yeah. I'm compulsive, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Spam goes on this side of the plate, mac and cheese on that side. My mom tried twice chopping up spam and putting it into an omelet.
Ew.
Yeah. My older brother and sister liked it. My younger brother, no, my dad didn't like it.
My dad liked it. He used to slice it super thin and just fry it like a piece of bacon.
Yeah.
And then put it on his plate with his eggs. And I was like, okay, that's great. I want bacon. It doesn't smell like bacon. It smells like, I don't know what it smells like. I don't like the way it smells, and I don't want it on my plate. And
that's something else. Trying to grow, there are certain things you cannot grow your own. But
no,
you find a local farmer or farmer's market and find out the farmer and see about getting stuff from him all the time. It may cost you a little bit more, but hey, you're not going to have the health bills.
Yeah, unless you got 100 acres of property and a big farm equipment, you're not growing your own wheat to grind into flour to make a couple loaves of bread.
Yeah. What's interesting, the ancient wheats and stuff, they actually got more per acre from the ancient stuff.
Of course they did.
But it took longer for them to get it. So they couldn't run 2 harvests.
Yeah, so we got to make it faster. We got to modify it. We can get 2 harvests now. It's a little bit less, but we can get more. Yes. Now, my mom tried fried bologna on me once. I did not like. I used to love Oscar Mayer bologna on a sandwich. That was it.
Yeah. Well,
then I learned about thin sliced bologna from a deli. That was better.
My younger brother and I, after cooking bacon, and we were taught how to cook bacon, and on Sunday mornings we could cook bacon and do the pancakes. We decided, let's fry the bologna up like bacon.
Mm.
With the Best Foods mayonnaise from back in the early '60s when it was real, and with a couple drops of French's mustard on there. And some Del Monte Del Monte sweet relish that did not have high fructose corn syrup in it on there.
And a
Oh,
slice
that
of American
sounds
cheese.
so good.
Yeah, my wife loves fried bologna because she's German.
Yeah.
I don't like fried bologna. I'll eat it, but it's not on my list of things to go out of my way to make.
Oh, I would get dinged if I sang it.
Yeah. Oh my has a name and
First name.
this, yeah, and a last name. And, yeah. Nope.
All I can tell you is there are certain brands have stuff that is worse than other brands, and I will never eat a Bar S hot dog, but the Bar S I froze. I will never eat Bar S hot dogs, but the Bar S bologna is just a little bit better than the Oscar Mayer. Dad ate bratwurst. All right. So you're growing your vegetables. Some vegetables can be used to supplement making like banana bread or zucchini bread or stuff like that. And I hate liver too.
You can keep that. I have stories about that, but I won't talk about it.
So sometimes vegetables can be used to make different types of breads and stuff. So you can actually make bread unless it was not wheat bread, but you can make or rye bread or something. But you can make bread on a smaller plot because you get a lot more zucchini and butternut and everything else for it and everything else. Courtney did a video and talked about it, and I've seen some other people doing the video, taking chicken and chopping the chicken up real fine and mixing something else in with it and baking it and turning it into like a thick, crisp pizza crust.
Chicken meat pizza crust?
Chicken meat.
Okay.
I didn't believe until Courtney said, it worked. It's pretty good. I'm like,
Had to mix it with some flour and stuff to hold it together, and then
no egg.
Just egg.
And there's chicken and egg and something else. There may have been some powdered zucchini or something in there, but yeah, they no wheat. It's
gluten-free,
wheat-free, carb-free, or type thing. So if you're growing your own chickens and you like pizza,
yeah, it's a push, but okay.
It's a push, but you can do it if you really do it.
And I'm sure I could figure it out, but I don't think that's on my list either.
Made homemade dinner rolls today. Turned out great. Used organic flour. Cool. But yeah, there are a lot of benefits to growing your own food.
Yeah, it's your food, and you know what's in it.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, I just froze on Angel's comment. I'll take the bacon with the biscuit and the brown gravy. Forget the onion and liver. Oh, Kaylin tried something here.
With what? Injera? What is injera? It's got to be a misspelling of something. Hey, Kaylin, type that slower.
Yeah.
Pizza crust with whatever the heck that is. Never heard of it.
Yeah. And you can feed your chickens some of those vegetables, so the the chickens are getting, not
You can throw the whole
sprayed.
yeah, they're not getting
Stuff.
sprayed. You can rip your green bean plants out and throw them the green bean plants without the beans on it. They'll eat that too.
Yeah. And the thing is, so if you do it right and you set the vegetables out there and let it start to spoil, and all the flies and stuff get on, and then you toss it in there, then you got all the meat growing on it, because hey, chickens are raptors. Chickens are raptors. Okay, here we go. Oh, all right. That is the spelling of it.
African flat spongy bread made from teff flour. Okay.
So let me do something here. I gotta look it up. TEFF flour. Yeah, teff flour. Boom. People how to make teff pancakes. Bob's Red Mill sells it.
There you go.
So yeah, you can find it around.
Well, if it didn't crisp you up, it might have been too wet.
Yeah.
Or just something else in the recipe that it didn't.
Yeah.
Well, it probably burned, but it was still soft.
And yes, Amazon has whole grain teff. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I used to make a really great, according to all my customers, liver and onions and bacon. And I remember what I put in the liver, in the flour that I dredged the liver in. And this is before I went to culinary school. I was like, what is this stuff on the shelf here? Oh, it smells pretty good. Let me throw that in the flour. It was Old Bay. I sprinkled Old Bay in my flour, and then I dredged the liver in it and fried it in the bacon grease and all that. Man, the customers it's a medical equipment company headquarters when I worked at.
Uh-huh.
And oh my God, everybody's like, this is the best. Meanwhile, I wouldn't even taste it because I can't stand liver. I mean, I treated it properly. I did it all right. And they were like, I had people coming back for seconds. I'm like, what is it about my liver? They're like, I don't know, whatever you put in. I didn't put much in there. I don't think I ever told anybody. And I did it again the next time. I was like, okay, they liked this. 2 months later, liver and onions is on the menu again. I had them lining up. They were telling me ahead of time, you better not run out. I'm like, okay. So I ordered like 3 whole beef livers. We didn't get them in slabs. I had to get the whole beef liver and rinse it off, peel it, slice it. What a pain. Yeah. It was nasty. But yeah, Old Bay. Go figure. They didn't know what it was. I had no idea back then what it was. I'm like, oh my God, I put crab seasoning on liver and they loved it.
So that teff is a type of millet.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Not really a flour at that point.
Yeah. But once you grind it up, you can, Anyways, there are options. Look into now. If you have a garden and you don't fill it, shame on you. Shame on me too. But I am working trying to get this stuff going. There's like I said, I'm growing a lot more this year than I did last year. And I grew more last year than I did the year before. So each year, grow a little bit more. Keep going. Keep growing more food. I don't like radishes, but I'm planting a bunch of different types of radishes because my daughter likes it. She says the grandkids like it. So I'm growing fresh food for the grandkids so they don't have to buy the radishes at the store.
Apparently radishes, when you grow them yourself, are not nearly as hot or bitter or whatever that flavor is in radishes as the ones you buy at the store.
It could also be the variety too, because the variety in the store is so hot and bitter because it grows fast.
Right. And that's like the ones I spread at the farm, and I just bought another 4 pounds of radish seeds, which is like 8 million radish seeds. and I'm going to put them in jars and bring them out to the property after the other ones. Either the deer eat them or they don't. If they don't, I'll be picking. I'll pick them all. I don't care. I got two friends at restaurants that said, "Yeah, we'll take them if they taste good." I'll bring them a couple if they taste good. I'm like, "Yeah, here you go. Here's 30 pounds of radishes for your salad specials. Knock yourself out." And my wife will eat them. She likes them. I don't know if I can can them or not. Maybe I'll freeze dry them and turn them into powder.
I'm also planting some daikon radishes in one of the raised planter beds, IBC planter beds. And so I got radishes. Oh, I got some beet. I got more beets. I'm going to try beets again. And so I don't eat radishes. I don't eat beets. My wife does. My daughter does, and some of the kids do. So I may not be eating it. They'll eat it. They'll save money. They'll be healthier.
Why don't you eat beets? Do they taste like dirt?
I'm not sure.
That's my wife.
When I was a kid, they had pickled beets, and it just yes. And it was like, no, I don't. It was like I had took one bite, and I almost threw up at the table.
Put a little bit of butter and salt and pepper on it. They're delicious. My wife says they taste like dirt. For me, they taste like candy. Yeah. I love beets. I just don't grow them because she won't eat them, so I'm not really growing them.
And Curtis across the street, the mayor, said, if he goes, oh, beets are great. So I'm going to get here. Tell me if those are a good variety, and if he cooks it up like he says he does. And I try, teach Megan how to cook it like that, so they can do it.
Yeah. Hey, if you cook some, go over and taste one. I mean, it ain't gonna kill you. You might be like, crap, those pickled beets really ruined my brain.
Yeah. Radishes grow real hot. Let's see. Radishes grown in real hot weather are spicier.
Yeah.
Yeah, watermelon radish. I got some of those from M.I. Gardner. So it's I know I'm pretty much looking at everybody's in here. I'm preaching to the choir here, but so share it with your friends, anybody else. Hey, grow food and stuff, and get them interested. The more people we get growing fresh food, the more pressure that'll be put on the food industry to stop using that crap on it. Well, back to the chickens. Yeah. So you feed leftover vegetables and stuff. You get, to the chickens, you get it where it's starting to get some pill bugs and earwigs in there. Toss it to the chickens with the bugs in there. That way the chickens will go absolutely. My daughter's chickens goes absolutely nuts when I dig up carefully a big thing of lettuce that's starting to bolt, and I'll cut the roots off. So, but the bottom leaves are all just packed with earwigs. Take it over there and toss it in there. The earwigs go over, and chickens just whoosh. And going out there, all right, there's no earwigs left. You see one earwig crawling out of the lettuce.
You should tell Bob that, because Bob is putting out earwig traps. Like, dude, just get chickens.
Yeah.
Really freak his neighbors out.
Hey, Jeremy. I'm trying to push my kids to want to grow food. Yes. The Swaffer Homestead is in here too. The more, give them their own plot, their own little area, and say, all right, here, you're going to grow what you want to grow here, and get them in there and doing stuff. And they'll get excited about it. Especially you get some stuff that's fast growing, like you get a couple lettuces in there, and maybe a rainbow chard in there.
There's some beans in there, because beans, once they take off, they're fun to watch, because all of a sudden they go from the two little leaves to two big leaves, and then they get bigger quick.
I would go with snap peas or the peas, the
shell peas.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember the one that there was the snap peas, but it's the snow peas.
Snow peas. Oh yeah, I got
kids
those going.
Them my mom just ate them raw all the time. My daughter eats them. My wife eats them all the time.
Oh, my mom
Matter
used
of
to get
fact,
so
my
angry. I'd bring
my
my friend.
mom got my wife to eat snow peas.
My mom used to get so mad. I'd bring my friends home from school, and it's June or whatever, near end of June where we're just getting out of school, or they'd come over, and she'd be in the kitchen or whatever, and she'd look outside. We're all in the garden. She's like, "What are you guys doing out there?" As we all got our mouths stuffed with vegetables, and she's like, "Get out of my garden! Those beans were for dinner tonight." And we ate them all. Whoops, sorry. Have to wait 2 more days, and you'll have another 50 pounds of green beans, Mom. You'll be fine.
Just wait till tomorrow morning. You'll have another 5 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, on one of the videos on the garden in California, I got the red bracket things with all the peas growing up on it. My wife went out there and picked and picked and picked and picked and pushed and prodded. And, oh, there's another pick. Thought she had them all cleared. Had a big old thing. Came in the house, washed them all up, chopped it, whatever he was doing. When she was telecommuting, had a little desk table thing there right in front of the living room windows, looking right out at the garden. Sat down, looked up, and she goes, "Crap! There's a bunch more out there."
Damn it! I could see
and she called me and she goes, "All right, I'm sitting back there. I got this, and she goes, "Ah, crap! There's a bunch more peas out there." Like,
I could see me doing that next month or in about a month and a half, because I got the job finally from my company where I'm a virtual technical assist customer service. So I'll be home. I could literally, now that you mentioned, I could literally see myself up there or in my office on the computer with the headset on, talking to customers, snapping green beans. My boss probably watch. He cans too. He probably watch. I'll show him on the Teams camera. I'll be like, "What are you doing there?" It's like, snapping green beans. I'd show him. He'd be like, "What the heck? How'd you grow so many?" It's like, I have gardens. That's what I do.
Yeah. That's the thing is, grow as much as you can, all the time you can. I finally moved the tomatoes outside that I was growing inside, and the one is just absolutely loaded with tomatoes on it. I moved it outside because 2 of the boys were over there, pulling leaves off the tomato plant when I wasn't looking, and it's like, hey, those are still green. Leave the tomatoes alone.
Yep.
So I put them out back, and of course, what did Mother Nature do? Oh, we're dropping down to 37 tonight.
Yeah, let's throw some hail at you.
It was undercover. Those were undercover still. Those were undercover protected. So yeah. So when the staff sergeant gets up here tomorrow, we're going to take some of the cow panels and cut them to go over the IBC totes. So just at the right length, so it makes a nice little arch, and we can put a sheet over it to protect the.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you'll just go ahead and just zip tie them to the top of the.
Cool.
Of the
just to keep them protected.
IBC totes, each one individually, and then we can just take sheets and over it. And
one of my wife's friends gave her 2 of the little tiny pots of tomatoes that she grows. She got them from some patient like 3 years ago, and she's brought the tomatoes in. They're literally the size of softballs. They're massive. So my wife said, "Can you get?" She's like, "Yeah." So she brought 2 pots. One had a plant that was like 4 inches tall. That's now 10 inches tall. And the other pot had nothing. She's like, "Yeah, I put seeds in there. I'm not sure what's going to happen." Well, she sprinkled a whole bunch of seeds in there. I now have 8 tomato plants in a little tiny pot. 4 of them are like all next to each other and about 4 inches tall. 2 of them are like only have their starter leaves, and 2 of them have a second set of leaves. I'm going to take them tomorrow and dip them in a little pot of good water to separate the roots, so I can see if I can separate these things before they get too bound up, and repot them. So I'll have like 8 or 9, hopefully, massive tomato plants, and I'm going to keep the seeds out of those. And if they work good, yeah, she'll be happy. I'll be happy.
All right, they're talking about powdering on the side here, the vegetables and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
And back up there, for those that didn't catch it, Tammy posted you buy a capsule filler fairly cheap on Amazon, buy empty capsules and put powdered spinach, beets, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about, I got to talk to my wife about it. If we powder stuff like the spinach and the beets and stuff, if we can get one of a powder flavor that the grandkids will like, may even make because sometimes they'll like the weirdest things. I mean, you get about a bag of super sour patch mix, and the kids are all over it. It's like
I think that capsule filler she means is for the little capsules you take orally.
Yeah. What I'm thinking about though, if they, because I know we used to get the powder stuff of other things, and come in the straw. We instead of putting it in the drink, we'd in our mouth.
Oh, pixie sticks.
Mm-hmm. And we just suck on that for the longest time. And if the capsule do the same thing, they'd like whatever the flavor capsule we make.
Yeah, here, chew on that.
Chew on, suck on this. Have a natural vitamin.
Dude, wait. So do it freeze. Well, freeze dry and dehydrate. I would say dehydrate beets, powder them, put those in capsules. That way they taste good, and when they open their mouth, their mouths will be purple, and they can show each other and stick their tongues out and go, "Look, I'm purple."
That's right. Tammy's Rebel Canners is at that thing this weekend.
That's
so
right.
She's en route today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of a blend of different things. Tomato powder, because they love tomato. Anything tomato, they love it. And mix in a little spinach in it. They like they like their spinach, and just mix those up and just give them. Here you guys go. Here's some candy.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do a video on it. I went and got a bunch of stainless steel straws because the one big plastic water thing with a pop lid on it has a straw built into it.
Plastic.
Oliver started sitting in front of TV, he'd fill full of water, sit there, and he started chewing on that straw.
Ah, jeez.
So it's like, okay, that straw's going away. Here's your stainless steel straw. Like, well,
can't chew on that one. Well, I can.
No, but he can try, but But anyways, yeah. So I got stainless steel cups for them now, and I'm going to try to get the big stainless steel tumblers, the 16-ounce tumblers or 20-ounce tumblers with a rubber silicone lid on it that has a hole for a straw, and put the stainless steel straws in there so they can have their water in that and be safer. But still, yeah, any type of pixie, make their own type of pixie sticks, or they had the dipping powder before. Besides pixie sticks, we had something that was like coming out like a little.
Yeah, it was a white sugar stick with powder. So you lick the stick and stick it in more sugar. Yeah, we grew up on that crap. Yeah, now we know why we're the way we are.
Well, that was all was flavor. You buy that, you wouldn't buy a sticker. You just buy that. You pop it open like it's about the size of a tobacco chew thing.
Right.
Plastic. Pop it open. Just lick your finger.
Yum.
Some kids just stick their tongue in it, but yeah.
Yep. Sugar, more sugar, lots of sugar.
Yeah. Oh, strawberry, grape.
Yeah.
Oh,
sugar.
Oh, wow. This is lemon. Oh, I gotta have more. Oh, wow. Nasty lemon. More. But yeah, I mean, trees. If you're in an area where you can do it, lemon trees, orange trees, tangerine trees. Yeah.
If you better be in the south or have a really big greenhouse, permanent one.
Yeah. You got to do a wallopini, or you got to, like I'm doing my short IBC totes. I'm going to get when I go to California this summer, I'm hitting one of the nurseries there, and I'm getting the ultra dwarf Meyer lemon and an ultra dwarf navel orange. Or two, And I'm going to put them in those, and I'll just wheel those into the shop in the wintertime.
Yep.
And I'll have the posts on it. I will cover them up. I will put the old-fashioned miniature incandescent lights, not LED ones.
Yeah, Christmas
lights. Christmas lights around, above, whatever, all around it, and put it on a timer.
Keep them warm.
Yeah, keep them from freezing, and yeah. In the springtime, reel them back out. I have date seeds.
Berry apple trees, $13.
Well, the only Floridian I know is going to be about 2.5 hours away from me for the summer. That's Geeky Gardens. He's going to be at his mom's place over by Twin Falls. Fleet near me has bare root apple. Oh,
Ain't bad. Depends on what kind of apples they are, but even so, if they're just apples, you can eat them. Period. I don't care what kind they are. You can still eat them.
You can juice them. You can take the leftover from the juice and make applesauce.
Yeah.
You can peel them first and make your pectin.
Hold on, my dog is howling in the house now. That's weird. I'll be back.
Yeah, I've seen some of those in Southern California. I've also seen someone do it over in Arizona and New Mexico, where they're able to do it. They had enough water to keep, they took a bit of water to do it. They played with the soil, got the soil right, and got the cinnamon tree growing. But I didn't realize that there are two types of cinnamon. The one is really good for you. The other one is not really good for you. It's cheap, and that is the one that the cheap cinnamon you buy in the store is made from. The good cinnamon is more expensive. Ooh, Fireside apple. So what were the apples I got? I got Zestar and Sweet 16. Those are both zone 4, 4A, maybe 3B, but they're for farther north than I am and colder than I am. So when we do get an Arctic blast here, they'll survive. We get a polar vortex down here. That's how I got those apples. We may try getting a Granny Smith or a Fuji once we got more trees around, and so the apples growing in there are protected more from the frost and stuff, and I can actually run a something to help heat it out there to protect them. Yeah, you gotta have the chill hours. Jack, Palmetto Prepared, it's Anthony, has found some apple varieties that he can grow in South Carolina that have a lot less chill hours on them. So you can check on his channel. That's Palmetto Prepared. But yeah. Yeah, my daughter planted several Golden Delicious, and then her husband said, "Oh, he watched a video from a phony baloney guy here on YouTube, and the guy said, yeah, you don't have to water them. If you just take the big cobbles and stack all around under the tree, they'll get the dew to condense on it, and it'll water the tree, so you don't have to go out there and watering the tree all the time." No, it didn't work. The trees all died. And then he left the rocks out there. When I tried rototilling that area, it had cobbles coming up. It's like, yeah. But yeah, so they got one. They have one tree left that survived over there because I went over and watered it some, saved it, and I'm not sure if that's a Golden Delicious or one of the other ones they got that was out there. They planted a couple others closer to the house. Yeah, you know, Mr. I don't want to walk out there and water them. Well, on an orchard, you got to walk out there and water them. Because once they were, if you'd watered them, they would be decent size now, and then we could just flood irrigate that area. But no, he said, no, I'll water them my way. Idiot.
You have a great relationship with your son-in-law, don't you?
If the staff sergeant was sitting here next to me, I'd be going. I had to mute. I'd be hitting that mute button. Just muting it constantly. It would be along the lines of, why that little. You don't believe what he did.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh, 4 apples and a crab apple. Always by pollinators who work there. Yes, that's why I got the Zestar and the Sweet 16, because they are listed as they can self-pollinate, but they pollinate better with a different one, and they're on each other's different pollination things. Same thing with the Red Haven and the Alberta peaches and the Mormon apricot, also known as the Chinese apricot, and the Montrose apricot are cross-pollinators as well. The pears I got, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, are self-pollinating. Are self-pollinating at that at the lower zone, and the they're separate. The pears are separate, and they are cross-pollinated. The Bing cherries, they're not Bing, but they're a Bali. The Bali peppers are self-pollinating peppers. Cherries are self-pollinating. But probably not. Depends what time she leaves. And she was thinking about leaving there about 8 o'clock, getting here about 8 o'clock. So the live stream will be over when she gets here. But I will try to have her on. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she's going to stay as long. She said she doesn't think she's going to stay as she wanted to this trip. So I'm not sure how many lives I'll be able to get her up on. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So grow your own food, trees, bushes,
Once you get certain plants to a certain size, certain like fruit trees and bushes and things, you really don't have to do much to them. You just get fruit every year.
BS. I'm calling BS on that. All right, apple trees. You got to get out there and you have to thin them. Otherwise, you're going to break branches.
Right.
Peach trees, apricot trees. Yeah, you got.
I didn't really mean it like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking like blueberries, raspberries, especially raspberry briars and that. They just keep growing. You have to thin them down if they get too thick. Just thin them out.
Yeah.
But you don't have to like replant them and plant them and water them. And once they get established, just leave them alone.
Yeah. The blackberries we had, man, it was 3 weeks of hell every year in the springtime, and then a week or so in the fall. And it was like, I don't like them. I don't eat them. Why do I got to go down there and work on them?
You got to get yourself, go on Marketplace, find somebody selling a 2-year-old wetsuit or a dry suit with long rubber sleeves on it. Cut the sleeves off. That way they're not poking through your arms. Then you just have to worry about it.
I ain't planting them. I ain't gonna plant them. The raspberries and the blueberries and the boysenberries. My wife plants it. She harvests it. She gets the boys to help her. I have nothing to do with it.
Well, blueberries don't have thorns on them.
They got little pricklies.
I never had a problem with blueberries up in Maine.
Yeah,
we'd pick hundreds.
but
of
the raspberries are the thorniest.
Oh,
the
yeah.
boysenberries have a little bit less. The blueberries can be almost like accidentally grabbing a thing of milkweed, all the little bitty pricklies on a milkweed. But it's like, hey, sorry, I don't like blueberry. I don't like boysenberry. I don't like raspberry. Now strawberries, yeah. Oh wait, that's a different type of plant. Grapes, oh yeah, the grapes are a different type of plant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, these all came from California. Gooseberries are prickly. I've heard that one too.
Yeah, gooseberries are very prickly, but they're so good. They're actually on the not approved list in Pennsylvania. They're an invasive species, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, and do you know how they get it? The birds eat the gooseberry and poop out the seeds.
Oh yeah.
All right, people. Yeah. Hope I gave you some ideas to share with family, friends, neighbors. Get them to grow in the garden. Why they should grow a garden. Get them not to be eating anything that has the appeal sticker on it. Also, check the stickers on apples and stuff just to make sure there's not another sticker over the appeal sticker.
Yeah.
That just ticks me off no end. I mean, there's, I would love to see states pass the law. If you put a sticker over the appeal sticker, it's a $5,000 fine for each one we can prove you did.
So next time you go to your supermarket, if you're still buying stuff there, and even in the organic section where they have the little sprinkler system shooting water, everybody thinks it's just water.
It's not water, no.
Tall enough, get your phone out, put it on video, and hold it up over the top of the whatever device they're using to display.
Yeah, there's a jug up there.
And see if there's a jug up there. And if there is, ask somebody what it is and ask if you can see it and take a picture of it. Your organic stuff just went to crap instantly.
Yeah, I did a video on it showing the different types of stuff they're doing last year. And I have to go back digging through, but I scoured the internet for pictures that people were posting in their store of the stuff up on the shelves.
Yep. No, they're getting smarter now. They're putting it in the room behind it and running a tube through.
Yeah. All right. So coming up here tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping, there are 2 live streams. Hang on here. Go over here. So the first one in the morning is with Shadow Scout Swede, and it's things that really matter in prepping. Rose, that's on at
2 Eastern.
2 Eastern, 12 Mountain. Figure out your time zones from there. Then at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain is after the U.S. economy collapses, what are your plans? Monday on Camppatton Family Compound is 5 survival meals using pantry staples. Stuff you don't keep in stock normally all the time in your pantry. So you don't get food fatigue. Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping, should you organize a CAG, which is a community assistance group, different than a MAG, which is a mutual assistance group, because community is right there in the community. So we're going to be talking about that. Thursday night is the Midnight Ride. Next Friday here is Plant Your Food Tree Now. Gee, we were just talking about a bunch of food trees, weren't we? Apples, oranges, peaches, pears, plums, nectarines. My wife wants to check things out before she's going to figure if she's going to plant a nectarine up here or not. Probably not. She wants to look into it at the local nurseries. So, anyways, all right. That's what's coming up here for the next week. And hopefully I'll see you sometime tomorrow over on Gray Man Prepping for one of the live streams. All right. All right, everyone. Take care, and we will see you around.
Have a good night.